Poor Joe Biden. Every day somebody's coming out accusing him of Eskimo kissing.
Two so far.
Two, yeah.
It is funny, though, how, like, and again, I don't think the guy's a fucking bad dude. I like Joe Biden. And I hope he survives it because I think he is just affectionate. But it's funny how fast the press defends him as being affectionate.
Mm-hmm.
But if he wasn't a guy they liked, even if he was telling the truth, they would not be defending him.
Yeah, what are the levels? What are the levels of affectionate? Because I don't think that Joe Biden is that far removed from, like, Al Franken. Al Franken, he did the, like, fake hand over the breast on the photo, right? And maybe he squeezed a butt cheek. George H.W. Bush. They were mad at him because he was pinching butt cheeks, right, as an old man?
Yeah.
I don't think that's that far removed from what Joe Biden was doing. And they
couldn't get anything on him, though. He's 90. He was like...
H.W.?
Yeah.
But nobody was sitting there... People weren't defending him like they were defending Joe.
Can you imagine if there was one photo of Trump or any conservative with nuzzling someone's hair? How fast they'd be all over that.
It wouldn't be good. Would you see the guy that kissed Beyonce at the award show?
No.
I think it might have been at the NAACP Awards. It happened over the weekend. People were talking about it this week. I don't know who the guy was, Troy, so it might make it a little difficult, but... yeah, there you go. There's that second thing right there. Amari. Oh, I guess that's Omari from B2K. I'm assuming, unless it's just another guy named Amari. He was he's been getting in trouble on Twitter, especially because he squeezed Beyonce a little too tight when he went in for the hug. He went for the kiss on the cheek, and then the real tight hug, and then he went in for a second kiss that felt like it was getting a little close to the mouth. You know what I mean? And people are going, we know what you were doing. Jay-Z is standing right there. It's not right to do this to the Jigga Man. Not right in front of him like this. But people were really looking at it. Maybe, yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, watch him. Watch him. Jay-Z is standing right there. There's Beyonce in all of her glory, Queen Bee, members of the Beehive congregating around her. And there's, there he is. She's just yapping. Amari Hardwick. Oh, a.k.a. Ghost. Maybe it's a different Amari then. Amari Hardwick looks like he's going to come in for the kill.
Where is he?
There he is right there. He's taking a photo with Jay-Z. Going in, kiss on the cheek. Real tight hug. That second kiss is what got people to go, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Because you notice...
The second kiss, yeah.
I watched this a couple times. The hug, it's almost like he goes in for a hug, but then he does another quarter rep. You know what I mean? Yeah. Where he squeezes in a little, like an extra quarter rep in the hug, where you're going, that was unnecessary. That wasn't friendly.
He's just excited.
You think so? Or you think he was shooting his shot? I mean, he goes, the second kiss? And it wasn't, you think it was just awkwardly placed? Because it was not placed on the cheek. It was closer to the lip than the cheek, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's watch again.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy.
It's pretty creepy, right? Yeah. He's taking a photo with the husband, Jay-Z.
Young Hove,
the Jigga Man, Iceberg. and he scoops around. Okay, that's fine. There's that quarter rep, and that second kiss is weird.
Jay-Z was going to look for a handshake, but he didn't give it to him.
No. That's yeah. He's like, should I shake your hand? The guy was like, you're not going to want to shake my hand after what I do to your wife.
He had his eye on the prize.
Oh, yeah, he did. He's like, no, Jay-Z. I'm here for one reason and one reason only. I want to feel what your wife feels like squeezed against my chest. That's a very good Jay-Z impression. Yeah, that's very, very good. I thought he was here for a second. He's like, uh-oh. But this stuff, everybody's watching now. You can't get away with it like you used to be able to.
Everything's on film.
Especially where it's like, look, is this guy getting quote-unquote canceled? I don't think so. You know, is he a sexual predator? Is he going to jail? No. But people know he's one of those creepy huggers. And I guarantee you, a lot of women are going to see him, and they're going to be really thinking about, they say hello, he gives him a hug, this Amari, whatever his last name is, and people are going to be thinking, what are your intentions here? Because I feel like Amari Hardwick, not good. It says the Beehive was unhappy. They noticed right away. And this is the same thing, this is the same position Joe Biden has found himself in.
Oh, yeah. Joe's very affectionate.
Yes, he gets. There is some enjoyment that Joe Biden gets out of greeting women that maybe the rest of us don't get.
But he does it so publicly, and he's not trying to be sneaky, that it's got to be... He's not trying to hide it.
No, he's certainly not trying to hide it. It's almost as if he doesn't... I don't know if he doesn't realize it. It's just his natural inclination, or he doesn't care. He's going off of feelings. Joe Biden is a feeling guy. He's a virile, sexual man. And I would imagine that the things that Joe Biden does in the bedroom, I'm sure with his beautiful wife, this stuff is amateur hour. The filthy, filthy ways that Joe Biden spends his fuck nights in the bedroom. This is probably this is no big deal.
I mean, come on, dude. That is so fucking creepy.
To press your forehead.
And look, he goes in for a kiss.
And look at the girl. She's rolling her eyes. To press your forehead while you're gripping the arm of a young girl. Not good. Not good. When you use a garbage can, Jim.
Yeah, just vomit in here.
Jim excused himself. He is not a giving person to the show. The garbage can is right there. We got mics all over the place. I'm sure people would like to hear.
He didn't even walk down the hallway.
Where'd he go? Maybe he quit. Maybe he's just done.
Possible.
I think he walked down the hallway.
Did he? Maybe I just missed him. Maybe he walked so fast that I missed him.
Yeah. Yeah, to the vomitorium.
Just puke in here.
Yeah, exactly. We're family.
Yeah.
Let's share it. People want to hear. People want to know.
I think this is just how Joe is.
Yeah, but do you think that does that mean he's a creep?
No, I don't think there's anything. You
don't think there's anything sexual?
No.
Not one thing?
No.
Because there's levels to sexuality. There's degrees.
I think that's just the way he is. What did Pelosi say yesterday? You got to just greet everyone at arm's length now, Joe?
I felt, Pelosi was kind of throwing him under the bus. I don't know what these people are doing, why they think that Joe Biden is not the candidate to beat Trump, because Pelosi went out and she goes, you got to greet people at arm's length. And then she said something to the effect of, it's not about what, I understand that you didn't have any bad intentions, but it's not about what your intentions are. It's about how people perceive what you're doing.
And she's not wrong. That's actually good advice.
She's not wrong, but that's for your opponent to point out, not for the person that's supposed to have your back.
I think she kind of does have his back there, though.
What?
Because she's saying, look, this is what you have to do. She's not saying Joe's a creepy motherfucker.
No, but she's saying you got to knock off that behavior. And why would you have to knock off that behavior if you weren't being creepy?
Well, just because it's the time.
Come on, that's not what she's saying.
She's anymore. She's saying pretend I have a cold and pretend you have a cold.
Here's what she's saying. Look, Joe, I'm a lady that's been in politics for a long time. All these guys aren't going to tell you anything because they're not sitting there in the rooms that we are. When us ladies get together and we're in the bathroom and we're sitting on the couch that they have in the women's bathroom and we're all talking about everything that goes on, you being a creep is a big conversation. That's what Pelosi's saying.
Could anybody think that this is appropriate behavior?
Maybe he doesn't watch himself on TV. Maybe he doesn't go back and watch himself, and so he thinks, you know how sometimes you do something, and in your mind it feels right and natural, but then when you see it played back, you're like, oh my God, that's so weird that I do that.
I don't even think that registers. I think
to Joe.
To Joe.
Right. Like, guys, when you're saying hello to somebody, you press your forehead against them. Because there's multiple instances of Joe Biden pressing his forehead against people. Young girls.
Little kids.
Yeah.
I don't know how anybody could look past that.
It doesn't help all these Illuminati people who do the molestation conspiracy theories. It doesn't help that narrative at all. Mike in New York. What's up, Mike?
Yeah, did you hear Trump zing Biden?
Here's the thing about Trump. Trump is loving this whole thing because Trump is watching the people that are supposed to have Joe's back be the ones to point out that Joe's a creep. So yeah, all Trump said was like, are you enjoying yourself, Joe? Are you enjoying yourself? Welcome, Joe. Welcome.
No, yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
He said he talked to a general, and the general gave him good news. So he said he wanted to give him a kiss. He said, I felt like Joe Biden.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. It's just, there's something. It says, this is what Trump said last night. I was going to call him. I don't know him well. I was going to say, welcome to the world, Joe. You having a good time? Which is also Trump's way of saying, like, if you think this is bad, wait until I get my hands on you. Yeah. Just wait. Just wait.
He's going to annihilate him.
Unless this is just a strategy. where they're saying, let's get all this Joe Biden is a creep stuff out of the way before he even announces he's running for president. That way, by the time he actually announces and we start getting things underway, people are already sick of it. They've already heard of it. But I feel like there's so much stuff going on. I mean, it's been years of this and nobody's sick of it. Everybody is fascinated by the idea, whether you think it's inappropriate or not, what level you think it's inappropriate on. Everybody is just fascinated at the idea that he's doing this. Like, you watch, it's uncomfortable to watch, whether you support, whoever you support, whatever political party that you are a part of. It's just uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable thing to see this old man do that to people, just be that over affectionate guy.
How does he not have somebody around him that's like, hey, Joe, you probably shouldn't do that?
Because Joe's like, really? Well, you probably shouldn't tell me what to do because I'm trying to get my rocks off here, man.
But I'd be like, look, there's compilations of you touching and being inappropriate with young girls.
Let me ask you this, Troy. Every time I've come to you and say romantically you're making terrible decisions, do you stop?
Yeah, but I'm not the vice president of the United States.
But what are you thinking with?
My penis.
What do you think Joe Biden sometimes focuses on?
But don't you think if you're a politician, you should try to not focus?
I think if you're a DJ, you should try to not focus on your penis all the time.
DJs are supposed to focus on their penises.
What, not at 48? But
41.
But I think that sometimes you could have the best of intentions in the world, and those instincts kick in, and what can you do about it? It's a monster, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. John in New Jersey. What's up, John?
What's going on, guys? Yeah, I think Jim went to throw up because you're spending another half hour talking about Joe Biden and saying sexual in that weird voice. Man.
It's gross.
It's on Monday morning. I must throw up on the way to work. I'm about to now on the way to work.
Look, I'm just calling it like I see it. I'm not the one doing it. You can't blame me for being the person to tell you what's going on here. Joe Biden has a certain sexuality about him. It's just is what it is. You can't deny it. You could say Joe is just the sweet old grandpa. You could say I don't like him, but it's for political reasons. However you feel about Joe Biden, you can't deny that he is a sexual being. And he at his age, I believe, is probably still having intercourse with his wife, and I think that that's commendable.
Yeah, good.
All right. Thank you. I think that if anything, we should be celebrating, you know? I mean, honestly, how many presidents are having sex with their wives in the White House? Bill Clinton having sex in the White House, probably not with his wife.
Probably not.
Donald Trump, no way. Maybe he's having sex with fake Melania, but Melania's not having sex with Donald Trump in that White House. She didn't even like hanging out with him anymore.
No.
Right? Most presidents, I bet most presidents are not having sex with their wives in the White House. If Joe Biden was...
Obama was.
Obama was. He certainly was. Yes, he was.
He's sexual.
It's weird. You kind of sound like, just an Obama fan. Like, you kind of sound like you're writing fanfic when you're talking about Obama like that.
No, I just think he was sexual.
Why? He never came across as sexual.
No.
Like, Joe Biden comes across as sexual in everything he does. He's licking ice cream cones, and you're like, I know what he's thinking about.
Joe Biden loves 2 cones.
2 cones. Exactly. You know what that's for.
Fucking?
Exactly.
One for him, one for the lady.
Sure.
To get her in the mood.
Sure. But Obama's never come across as sexual. I don't even know where you're getting that from.
Hey, he's just got an energy about him.
You're the only one picking up on that.
Right.
Literally the only one. Yeah. Did you ever pick up on that, Troy?
Never.
No, I didn't think so.
You guys are weird.
I didn't think so. Scott in New York.
Hey, Sam, what's up?
Hey, man.
The Biden thing almost like Tom Brady's thing with kissing guys on the mouth. They probably were raised that way. It's just a form of affection, maybe.
Yeah, it might be.
Maybe he learned it in his childhood.
It might be that there's just something like, you're just raised in a certain way, and you get to a place where nobody's telling you to knock it off because, you don't mean anything by it. Nobody's got serious allegations against Joe Biden for real inappropriate stuff. That you would think that if there's so much stuff that we've seen, if there's anything underneath the surface for Joe Biden, that stuff would have come out. Even the people that are coming out now and accusing him of things, it's all just stuff that we saw on TV. It's pressing foreheads, it's Eskimo kissing, it's rubbing hair. It's all that. So there are no accusations that Joe Biden did anything behind the scenes. So maybe it is, There's no accusations that Tom Brady is going nuts in the locker room. It's just that when he gets happy and when he celebrates, he's just kissing people on the mouth because that's what he does.
It's funny that you say, "Oh, he was raised that way. That's just the way it is. He's an older guy."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But if you're raised to, say the N-word, that's not
Okay,
appropriate.
well, I haven't heard him say that word.
No, but I'm just saying, what you can't.
I didn't say it's appropriate.
You can't be like, oh, that's just the way they were raised.
But
you got to stop.
He should stop. I'll give you that. All I'm saying is it's an explanation as to why, not so much an excuse, right? It's an explanation. Honestly, I think Tom Brady should stop kissing dudes on the sidelines. Kissing anybody, no kissing. Just no more kissing on the mouth from Tom Brady or anybody else on the sidelines, and no more hair caressing and Eskimo kissing from Joe Biden. I think that would be fine. We don't need to see that leaking out into the public. Now, Jim, you were very selfish with your dry heaving or your puke, whatever happened. You could have done that.
No.
Did you dry heave?
No, but I feel queasy. I texted Rob, and I'm like, maybe a couple of pretzels, because I took pills this morning on an empty stomach, and maybe that might have been.
That probably did it.
Yeah, I never do that. I'm like, cause I'm upstairs, I'm like, what did I do different? Maybe that's it. So it's just something to put in my stomach.
Taking pills,
dude.
Huh?
Just go home.
You could go home.
No, I don't need to go home.
You just had to leave because you thought you were going to puke.
Yeah.
And you can't talk for 3 days.
There's no shame in that.
Yeah, I mean, if you take one day off, and I mean from the Comedy Cellar and everything,
Sure.
you take one day off
And
of
I did,
everything.
yeah.
You didn't. I've seen you every morning. You did not take one day off. I know that's not true.
Are you flying today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
If you take one day off, you might be able to come back stronger. But it's just if you take 0 days off, it's just going to be this cycle of not really that much better, not really that much better. You're extending it because you're exhausting yourself.
Oh, maybe.
Because you're putting so much energy.
Get some of them pretzels, though.
Pretzel Boy's coming down
Some of
here.
my stomach might help.
All about the Pretzel Boy.
Pretzel boy.
We're trying to figure out Joe Biden.
I know.
We're trying to figure him out. Although, Scott in Illinois.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, man.
When did this become the Ron and Fest show?
What do you mean?
I'm waiting for Jim to sit over there in the corner and say, "Cookie."
No,
Cookie.
Jim
You
wasn't
keep saying, "Buddy, you okay, buddy? Do you need to go home, buddy?"
No, it's
Well,
not.
I'm just having a little illness, sir.
Jim is
What happened?
physically
What
ill. Jim is physically ill, and we're trying to get
Are
him
you
through.
sure
it.
it's just physically ill, or is it mentally?
Well, I do have
Get him
both.
help
Yeah,
right
I know.
now.
I can't answer that question and say truthfully one way or the other.
Thanks, Rob. I just wanted 2. Brings me 30 pretzels.
Well, he's the Pretzel Boy.
Thank you very much.
BOI.
Whatever I don't eat, I'll sit on.
See, that's the old Jim. Thank you, Scott. Let's go to Joe in Westchester. What's up, Joe?
I don't want to bother the audience.
Hey, what's up?
Then why'd you talk with your mouth full of
I
pretzel?
wouldn't worry about it.
You don't think so?
No, it's fine.
Hello?
Hey,
That's
Joe.
natural.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Didn't you guys find it odd that for 8 years while he was vice president, nobody said anything about his creepy behavior? And now all of a sudden that he decides that, he's wavering on entering the race. Now he's the guy that basically sits under the bleachers.
Everything has kind of changed in the last few years, though.
Well, yeah, it is
know.
interesting because things have changed, and I think that that's what it is. Like people like us were talking about Joe Biden being creepy. Entertainers were talking about Joe Biden being creepy back then. I remember talking about Joe Biden having fuck night in America, and this was way back while he was still the vice president. So, but you're right about the news wasn't really getting into it, and the politicians in his own political party were not kind of chastising him for it. But they also, I don't think, looked at it like he wasn't running for president, and it wasn't 2019. And when you combine those two things together, you start looking at everything like it's a completely different world. Let's go to Greg in Illinois. What's up, Greg?
Hey, Jim and Sam.
Hey, man.
So, I first saw, a video of him years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, hugging and, kissing the back of the head of, a Secretary of Defense wife that was just being, put into office. And as he does, as he's doing it, the Secretary of Defense guy or whatever, he notices it. His wife is she kind of puts her shoulders up, and he notices Joe close, and it pisses him off a little bit, and he stops his speech and pulls his wife a little closer, and then Joe puts his hand off her. And I saw that video a while ago, and I've always thought that was that's not cool. I always felt like Joe knew what he was doing. to the dude's wife, like right in front of everybody. I don't know if you've seen this video or not.
I have seen him. We're looking at photos of it right now. Thank you, Greg. And I'll tell you that if I was sitting there and some dude who's probably taller than me
Sure.
had his hands on my wife's shoulders and started kissing the back of her head, I'd be like, "What are you doing, bro? What are you doing?"
How about if it was Vince?
I mean, Vince, he probably had his own reasons then. That would probably be okay.
Do you know what it is too? It's so weird because the paradox is we're becoming so much more affectionate. Like as a culture,
You think so?
Like men are hugging a lot more. People are touching a lot more than they ever did. Absolutely, man. Guys never touched the way men touch now. Guys hug each other now constantly. It used to just be athletes. After you'd hug after when you
Nice
score a
spanking.
touchdown. Men hug. Every one of my friends hugs. Kiss on the cheek. It's much more affectionate now than it used to be.
Yeah, but
Well, I
you
know
don't do that
you're
to
more.
women.
What's that?
You're
You
more.
don't- Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say Jim's more affectionate with men than he ever has been before.
That's true, but not with their penises.
What?
I'm not being affectionate with their penises.
Not men's penises.
No.
Women's penises.
Yeah, I'm not a fag.
Are you going over your mantra again?
Yep.
Your mirror mantra?
Yep.
You're saying you're not affectionate with women? Meaning that, like, if you're a heterosexual man, maybe you're more affectionate with your guy friend, but you're not sitting there going over to somebody else's wife and kissing her neck.
Yeah, especially now, Me Too is a huge thing. Like, you have to be more appropriate with women.
Yeah, but Joe's just like, look, this will make her feel good. I'm telling her, like, oh, I think you're great. I'm going to press my forehead against you and whisper sweet nothings in your ear.
You're saying Joe's all about making them feel good.
That's it. He's making women feel good.
That girl in the photo, by the way, I
Yes.
think she came out yesterday and said that photo is totally misleading and that it's not a big deal.
I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm looking at the photo. There's no way that photo's misleading.
But she's saying it's not a big deal.
She's saying that. I'm looking at it. It's a big deal. She can say whatever she wants.
Are you mansplaining?
I don't care. It's not a big deal to her. That's fine. That little lady doesn't think it's a big deal.
Isn't that the only person that matters in this story?
No, I'm creeped out when I look at it.
Well,
It's a creepy thing. I have to sit there and go,
is it jealousy?
a little. I would like the opportunity to Eskimo kiss some chicks.
No, you wish you were her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You wish Joe was towering over you.
You wish Joe had an ice cream cone for you.
I would love to know what the sweet secrets are that Joe Biden whispers in your ear as he's pressing cheek to cheek.
Ice cream and fistfuls of cash.
It's like, you want to get ice cream after this? What do you like? Vanilla. Like, are you coming on to me or are you actually asking for ice cream? I don't even know anymore. I don't even know. Yeah, I would love to know what the sweet secrets are. Look, I'm telling you, it's a creepy thing. Whether she's okay, if she's okay with it, that's fine. But if I'm going like, hey, you see what the president does when he's hanging out? Imagine he's like meeting world leaders, right? And there's like a world leader's wife. And he just starts kind of like pressing his fingers against their cheek. Like it goes the back of the hand against the cheek. And he goes, I'm just being affectionate. What's the big deal? It's a lot. You know what I mean?
I would respect that.
Like, I'd get a kick out of it. I would love for it to happen. But I'd be sitting there going, I could see where there are those who would object to
Be
it.
offended by it, upset by it, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not offended by much, but
No, I think Joe's just affection. He's an old guy. He's 76.
he still fucks.
He might still fuck, yeah.
I think that there's no, he's virile is the thing about Joe Biden.